learned in a dark, frigid cellar.
Alone, just a small group of men.
When in rushed the soldiers
And led them all away. The flame of Torah flickered on that day.
So many tears, so much sorrow.
the pain has lasted thousands of years, but soon we'll stop crying.
The cruelty will end.
The Melech HaMoshiach will descend.
Someday we will all be together.
Someday we'll be sheltered and warm.
Never will we have to express any fear.
Our scars and our wounds will disappear. Avraham and Yitzchak will be there to greet us.
Yaakov and his sons will stand by and smile. Yeah. Moshe Rabbeinu will lead us once again.
In Yerushalayim, B'ezras Hashem.
Oh, we learn every day, and we daven.
We ask Hashem, please bring those old times back.
We all know that you're listening.
Of course, we know it's true.
I've received the promise, so have you.
That Hashem will lead us out of this gallows.
It can't take too much longer, you know why.
And then together we're all gonna daven.
And together we're all gonna sing.
We're gonna praise and thank you, Hashem, for everything.
Someday we will all be together. Someday we'll be sheltered and warm.
Never will we have to express any fear.
Our scars and our wounds will disappear.
From and Yitzchak will be there to greet us.
Yaakov and his sons will stand by and smile. The greatest smile we've ever seen. And Moshe Rabbeinu will lead us once again. In Yerushalayim.
Hi, everybody.
Danny and I have so many memories over the years of us being in NCSY, but one of them stands out the most.
So for me, my favorite memory in NCSY was actually my first Shabbaton. It was kickoff Shabbaton in 1998 when we were on a Muncie Tours bus on the way to the Shabbaton, and the bus stopped short and I fell. And actually, I fell on Deborah, and that was how we met. And we've been together ever since. So that's my favorite memory from NCSY. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
When Maury Zucker asked me to speak, he told me to talk about how NCSY affected my life. Then he told me I had 45 seconds to speak, and I guess the better question was, how has NCSY not affected my life? See, when I walked into my first Shabbaton, Jewish was a culture. It meant eating lox on my bagels and matzo balls in my soup and Chinese food on Christmas. Religious Jewish was about 5 days a year. And of course the one commandment of you better not marry a non-Jew because your grandfather will have a heart attack. 35 years after that first NCSY Shabbaton, I live in the amazing community of West Hempstead. I have a kosher home. My family celebrates Shabbos together instead of me alone in a dark room because one of my parents turned out the light again. 2 of my daughters go to Hank, and my third just returned from learning in Israel. But most importantly, I'll never have to explain to my girls why they need to marry a Jew. They already know.
So, here we are. It only took a global pandemic to get us all together. I was asked to speak about NCSY and how it impacted my life, and I think that I can say truthfully that NCSY was the single most impactful experience that I've had in my life. If not for NCSY, I definitely would not be the person I am today in Frumkeit, in Yiddishkeit, in anything. It really helped me to formulate who I am and who I wanted to be, and put me on the path to doing just that. From 8th grade through high school, right on off to Israel, it helped me surround myself with the people that I needed to be with to get me to where I needed to go. It's really great to see everyone and hear from everyone in the Facebook group. I cannot believe the success that it had, and I look forward to many more years.
Hey guys, it's great to see everybody. I remember how I got involved in NCSY. My mom had been begging me to do it for years because she was a member of NCSY and she got Makarev through NCSY, and I said, no, I'm not going. I want nothing to do with it. And one Shabbos, she volunteered our house to house a bunch of people for a Westchester Shabbaton. And I hear this noise coming from down the block because the door was wide open, and it's Ari Khan along with a bunch of guys in the car, and the car is rocking to the Spice Girls Wannabe. And I'm like, what'd I get myself into? And they come into the house, and they had such a joy about them, such fun. I wanted to be part of the fun. I'm like, nah, it's just a few guys. Everybody else, nah, I don't want to do that. And Ari says to me, he says, there'll be girls there. You should come. So that was it for me. And I went, and 20 years later is when I finally said I had enough of NCSY. I became a chapter advisor out in New York, out in Seattle. And it really changed my life because I was a pretty keep to myself kind of guy around that age. And it kind of brought me out of my shell. And something that a story that I'm reminded of was I was recently at an UFRA for a friend of mine from high school. And they were all talking about senior trip and how great senior trip was. And I had no recollection whatsoever of this trip they're talking about. And I realized that Shai Barnett and I had made the decision to skip our senior trip in order to go on our spring regional. And it's a decision I have never regretted ever for my entire life. So the people I'm in touch with today are pretty much the people I was friends with in NCSY, more so than anybody else. My best friend from NCSY, Rafi Mallet, now lives in Seattle with me, and he taught my older son for his bar mitzvah, and he's teaching my middle son, Izzy, for his bar mitzvah now too. Hopefully it'll be in the end of the summer. So I just want to say thank you to NCSY for everything. Thank you to all the staff. It's so great to see everybody. And don't be strangers. It shouldn't take a pandemic to get us all in touch with each other.